Okay, while I am utterly defeated by trying to live stream today, I do have a nice time lapse for you because I recorded my process while I was creating earlier today. If you are a Behance subscriber, the tutorial resources are already in the instant access folder. So I had a little fun, did a little something different today, and it was like, I just thought I would start with some quick illustrations of like a baguette and wine, and then it kind of turned into a poster. So basically what I did was knocked out a shape here of a baguette after my sketch. This was using my brushwork brushes, and then I went and sampled like colors from color blends from an actual baguette, and I used a lot of my multicolor brushes just to drop those colors in, and using sampling directly from the baguette just makes it super duper duper easy. So that was a lot of fun. And then I went in and accented with my really gorgeous textures of the brushwork brushes, which are my natural media one color brushes. And y'all know I don't have that many of those. So that was the baguette. For the wine glass, I knew I wanted to have it on this kind of like tan paper background. So what I did was after the sketch, I went ahead and drew it on that dark background so that I could see how it would really look. And then kind of, it was really minimal, you know, there's not a lot to it. So just kind of drew in those highlights, those shadows. And then I actually sampled some wine color blends and used one of my loose watercolor brushes to kind of add that nice little bit of wine in there. So it was nice, just kind of gave that feeling. And honestly, a few brush strokes, but it was good. So here I had like a little roughness around the baguette that I wasn't 100% happy with, so I made some like little details there. Now we're getting into the typography. I am not a typographer, so this is me playing around with the like layout. You can see my process here, awkward. But what I do is like, this is so rough looking that it would look so weird to put just like regular type on. So I wrote out my thing and then I went over it with my brushes and use that like as my guide, and then you have these like nice typography that goes with it, and it looks really rough. And so I used some of my brushwork brushes, and they had some really nice textures, especially in those vertical strokes there. So all in all, I was really happy with how it turned out. But you know, use your tools available, and oh my god, in the stage of AI, it's like this is using a type as a guide is nothing. So I was playing around with where I wanted to put the wine, didn't know. Finally I went with a more minimal version or whatever of it. Catch my breath. And there's the background. So I was knocking in using my multicolor brushes, but I was kind of liking what was happening here, adding a little bit of texture to the background, but then I needed really those baguettes to kind of pop a little bit. So I used a one color soft brush from my brushwork collection and added a bit of a shadow, and that really did it for me. I was happy playing around with shadows. I didn't know if I wanted to shadow behind the letters, what I wanted to do, and you know, here was my wine play. And then I ended up doing a nice border with one of my brushwork brushes that added just gorgeous texture, and I really liked how that turned out. And now I'm annoyed that I have that wine there because that's not how the final thing turned out, but you can get the idea anyway. So this was really like an homage to, well, it was really my brush, like multicolor brushes and brushwork. They played together really well. La 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 la. So this was it, and I'm gonna go ahead and record this as a tutorial tomorrow. So make sure you like and follow for more. Save this for later.